you get the impression that Theta or Theta Job, it's like they know we drop on Tuesday, so they know if something happens Monday, we're not going to be able to report on it. And there's been a steady stream of stuff happening on Sunday or Monday. I think usually Monday the past few weeks. That makes us look like idiots, I think, apart from us being idiots.
Yeah, we don't need help on that.
Medican. I was like, hey, we should say more. We said a bit, but it's expiring. It's up Tuesday. You probably aren't going to be able to watch anymore after you hear this episode.
This week's episode is brought to you by Nona's Secret Stash of Sauce, the best sauce known to mankind and not available on shelves anywhere. Even when the freezer is full of sauce, there's still no sauce for you. You want some of Nona's sauce? Too bad. Only Nona decides who gets the sauce.
This week's show is sponsored by Doug's Towboat Service. When you're in need, don't call Steve. Call Doug. And Popper's Pine Juice. Bear market got you feeling a little down? The value of your NFTs making you dry up? Well, try some Popper's Pine Juice today. Loaded with vitamins and minerals, guaranteed to make you stop feeling like a little bitty. Now get back in the game.
Papa's popping and locking. Magnum scrutinizing. Papa Max Podcast.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 4 of the Papa Mags Pinecast. Mags, I think we are in search of a new reverse countdown, and I got one up my sleeve.
What do you got?
It has been... All right, so let's give a little history on this. There was a lot of information given on the Tygon's Discord late last year.
Yep.
And on January 4th, we were told that staking was going live on January 12th. So at this point, on our Tuesday-ish drop, it has been 152 days since we've been told there will be staking for K-Fuel available, and we're still waiting on that.
Okay, fair. What about replay? While we're talking about that, because I could have sworn we were supposed to have staking in the first quarter. Am I wrong?
All right, you know what? We're going to have to get our interns on that. We're going to have to do a little do dilly, as they say in the biz, and maybe we have a double reverse countdown.
Supposedly we have the staking or the earning going on, but we don't actually have the coins. So do we have them? I don't know.
We have
a thing that says we have them.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, exactly.
So both need to be looked at. Though I will say, had they already been out now, whatever they would have been worth, they would have been worth a lot less in this market. I don't know if you checked out prices lately.
Yeah, no, it's listen, we were basically born into this bloody mess.
Forged.
This is forged in the blood. It's ugly for sure, but it's not our first hurrah through this. And
I've seen uglier, I think.
Oh,
but,
yeah, way
ugly.
uglier. Yeah, but this isn't my favorite thing. I honestly haven't really been paying attention too much. I'm not overly concerned about what's but we have the same kind of theory here. We find something we like that is long term, we like it, and we just kind of sit on it for the most part. So what it
scoop
does
up when we can, accumulate.
Scoop when you can. Yeah.
Not financial advice.
Absolutely not. Never is.
But yeah, man, it's been bad out there. Woo.
Yeah.
On the altcoins, as the kids call them.
Yeah. Well, don't look if you can't handle it. It's worse than the air quality that was here on Wednesday.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah.
All right, so dude, we're taping right now, hours after the first bananas have started to be revealed, and they're coming in hot right now. We've already had 2 customs get opened at the time of recording here. We had the first one being the Star Captain, Captain Kirk, and Plaintanus, which I needed your assistance on in figuring out who it was. but they both look cool.
Gary Busey as Pappas in Point Break, the original Point Break, not
Yep.
that other Angel Falls nonsense.
Which shout out you just watched a couple days ago?
I watched it a couple weeks ago on, and I've never watched on there before. I know, we've talked about our play before, but I think this was, and you already knew, you're already hip to it. I think it was Pluto. I checked on,
Pluto. Yeah.
Pluto TV. I
Mhm.
checked on the IMDb, and the funny thing about IMDb is, it's owned by Amazon, but I think they owned it or bought it or developed it in 1997. So
Wow.
so they were kind of visionaries, I think, in the internet movie database space, I guess. But you can go on there, and a lot of times it will tell you. There's other sites too. It's like, hey, where's this playing, dude? The only place I could watch it without having to rent or buy it was Pluto TV, I believe. So
Cool. Hey, buddy Theta, can we get a fact check on that
fuck.
Amazon?
He's already on it. He's gonna
Yeah,
need
he didn't even wait for me to say that. He was already on it.
he's gonna need admin rights to our website to
Buddy's
keep
fact
this straight.
checks.
Yeah. Buddy's fact checks brought to you by Magnum's Hot Takes. 60% of the time they're wrong 100% of the time. Or something like that.
Yeah.
That's another fact check I'll get to. So
Yeah, it might be. I'll take the over.
Butchered the delivery on that one.
It's all right. It's not got to be your bull. So have you? I know you have. Have you picked out any of the attributes that are kind of sticking out in your eyes here as favorites on these bananas?
I am, but I don't want to jinx myself. It's just so I don't know how many have been opened yet. And then after it's funny because you can tell going on to OpenSea that you can see that they've been opened, but since they're not shared or whatever, right, or refresh the metadata, you just see the capsule. But if you search by attributes and it comes up, that means there's an attribute in there for that. So I don't know, and that was kind of a annoyance. So there was an American torso.
Yeah,
that looked really nice.
Yep.
Aragon, our boy, got that.
Yep.
What else? There is. I opened a Viking helmet.
Yep.
On a conspiracy ancient aliens torso, which is pretty funny looking.
Yeah.
Did you see the one Tutorial got?
I'm not sure.
It's pretty interesting. I don't even know how to describe it.
Some of them are hard to describe for sure.
And I asked you as you went on, so East Coast time, it's 9:56 p.m. I asked you a few minutes ago, have you opened any of your bananas? And you opened one.
I opened
and the
one.
Thing is gorgeous.
Yeah, I got a nice one. Biker jacket, male with a tribal face. And the only downfall, in my opinion, is he's blowing a bubble. I think he would have been just like a way cooler had he not been. But I like him. He's solid.
Yeah.
But some of the other things I saw here, I saw Jay Sanchez shout out the foot soldier torso that he pulled, tribal head and skull pipe. Man, that thing was sweet.
Yeah.
Some of the other generatives things, the Bonobi hair. Have you noticed that?
Which one's that?
He's got I don't know, it's almost like a headband kind of thing. Then like wavy, it's like Bonobi yellow, Bonobi green.
Okay.
But I just think that looks cool. The Knight torso, did you see that one?
Oh, there's a few of them.
Okay, those are cool.
Yep.
And I saw a Roman torso.
A Roman torso?
Yeah.
Really? Like a toga or something?
No, like battle armor.
Okay.
Check it out. And then I also really like, and I gotta admit, or I gotta think that you made this one happen. The side hats.
You think so?
Yes.
I didn't even think about that.
Yes.
The scumbag hats as
Yeah,
their
but it's not a scumbag hat. It's they're tilted that way though.
right.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's in tribute to the scumbag hat that Mag wore for quite a while.
Right. Very cool. Oh, that's funny.
So while we're on bananas, we also
Oh, and just so you
got.
know, I'm scrolling through bananas as you're talking, so don't
I
mind me.
figured you were. So find that Roman torso. Um, we got an update this week on the ripe OGs. Did you notice that?
We did.
Yeah.
And yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So basically, the bananas had the 888s, which was the first sale that happened, the pre-sale, and they were all tagged as OGs, the entirety of each of the 888. And now we got the ripe OGs, which is going to be 777. It was decided this week that basically mints 201 to 977, which are the mints that were either whitelist or bought full price. All 777 of those are going to qualify as the ripe OG bananas. So I think that was pretty cool. It was a little different than what they had said before. The whitelist weren't going to get it. It was only going to be the full, whoever paid full price, one per account, only for the first 24 hours. So it's kind of changed a lot, but I think it's the right thing to do to have settled on this way. It makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I agreed with the logic, and I actually defended it earlier, and then I've been told I'm wrong since they came out with this afterwards. Whatever, that's cool. But no, I think that's a good thing too, and also too, I mean, look at everyone that has purchased right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone's taking a chance. I mean,
Yeah,
on the
we're the
project.
ripe OGs for sure.
Yeah,
at this
so
point.
we're all OGs right now. So
Yeah.
and there's still room to be ripe.
Agreed. And I think it's only right for the pineapples that use their whitelist ability to mint to also be considered ripe OG, because the pines are the OGs.
Right. Agree.
And speaking of pines, so we had some challenges this week. The access cards for the Nemesis, and also the Ring of Trust. I like that name, the Ring of Trust. It's like, reminds me of old school. I thought we were in the trust tree or something.
Were we not in the trust tree? Yeah, we are. We are.
So I noticed that this guy Ant L got involved in one of the pine challenges.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friend of the Pinecast.
I don't know about friend of the Pinecast. What? Might be a coworker of mine who's into pines.
Yeah, I recognize the name.
Yeah, and he's texting me, and he had a 888 pine that he got a challenge for, like a year plus ago, and then he also got what was it? He got one of the other, I think, artifacts. I forget which one. I bet you it was the skull, and he either bought it cheap or I don't know, because I don't remember him having a skull. But anyways, so he was like, I told him, and he goes, "What the heck? I can't get it." And to be fair, I told him about the Nemesis, and he's been ignoring me when I bring it up. So he's like, "What the heck? I can't even get it." And I was like, "Just calm down. And once I figured out that you could mint multiple, I hooked him up with one. So,
mint multiple of what?
Of those access cards.
You can?
Yes. You didn't know that?
Mine say one of one.
Go back. I minted a bunch. In fact, I minted like number 100, and then I was like, oh, it only says of 100, so I did it again, and then it said of 200. So every time it hit,
I think you're talking about the Ring of Trust.
No, I'm telling you,
You're talking about
the access badges. for the pig and skull and artifact one.
Oh,
So, anyways, he was upset. He was like,
interesting.
this is so. I didn't think this is so funny. So he was upset. He goes, "What the heck? I've invested in Pines and I don't even qualify." And I go, Rare said that there was an issue and that wasn't his intent. So he says there's going to be something else. I shared that with him. So I hooked him up with a free pass because I'm just so humble and gracious.
You are.
And then I told him when it went live after I figured out it went live, and I was already like wicked late to the ring of trust. And he minted too, so he was a happy camper on Saturday. So that's that whole nonsense that no one needed to hear. So
good. So actually, before we go farther, I wanted to say one more thing about the bananas.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was scrolling on OpenSea, I think it's so cool. You can make an offer based on a trait. Did you notice that?
I did notice that.
That's pretty cool.
Going back to your thing about the Roman.
Yeah.
That is 2 deals, yeah.
Nice. So I did see it.
Yeah. And then General Dole called us and he's like, "Man, I didn't even open one." Dude, he opened this really cool. It is the Night Torso Black. Thing's awesome.
Yeah, Night Torso.
Like, oh yeah, that's a bad day, man.
Yeah, he calls up. I suck at opening cans.
That's true.
Get better. Keep practicing.
Right. Oh man, but yeah, a lot of this one. I just have to click for everyone here. This one is also owned by Dole. What the hell?
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah, he sucks.
Torso jumpsuit. It's like crazy colored tie-dye. Only one out there right now.
I don't think I've seen that one yet.
He sucks at this, apparently. But yeah, so sounds like we're all OGs right now,
Yeah. Well, we were just talking about some activity that I saw in Theta Drop between you and Aunt Elle, and I also saw some activity with your brother earlier this week as well. Looks like he's really getting into some imaginary friends here. And I know you have a conspiracy theory here going on about him. I was curious if you'd like to share.
The imaginary friends of the Pinecast, I will say, we had them on. We had a blast talking with them. And basically, hold on. I have this up here. You did not think when you were coming on, we were going to talk about imaginary friends. I'm pretty sure.
Dude, I'll send you my notes. It's on the top of my list.
Seriously?
Yes.
Okay, so imaginary friends, we've talked about how the drop didn't go as well as it should, and also the market shit the bed really hard when they came out. Some other issues too, but basically 2,500 total packs, and there was 2 friends per pack, so up to 5,000 friends, and there was 1021 minted packs. So there are 767 of those 1021 that were minted have been opened or burned. So opened. There's only 254 packs remaining. So
not many at all.
So there's not many left, but I think the prices should go lower. But I know my brother does. But the point of that being the customs. Where are the customs?
Yeah.
There's 4. So we talked about when Theta Drop screwed up the rollout for the customs because it was Hoover's. Also, if you want to check out that episode, the auction. I'm pretty sure they did another auction afterwards. They had to wait till that one was over for the Hoovers. Then they did one. And I have a feeling that had to be 3 of them. And then I think there's been some prizes on the Discord. So I don't know. I don't know what's what, but I don't know if any of them have been opened in packs. So I guess, do any of these customs for the IFC Imaginary Friends exist?
Right. Are there any customs out there?
Right. Is my brother buying them like an idiot when there is no customs to be had, I guess.
Well, I had noticed that they have a new challenge up too.
Mm-hmm.
For a sticker, like the wing challenge, or I think it's called.
Yep. Sure. The
And that's
Faye.
where I thought your brother was going with this at first. I was like, no, boy, he really wants that challenge.
Yeah. He loves those wings, you know? So
Yeah, but no, hey, listen, we had them on. They're great. I think we had a fun with them, and they're definitely good people, and I
I
know
know
they've
we
been
had
doing a
fun
lot of
with them.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I say think? I didn't mean it.
Yeah, you said think. You said a lot of
Okay.
other stupid
Fact
stuff on
check.
that episode too, but
Ah,
if I
dude. I
recall.
mean, it's just a standard, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, you didn't tell me. Well, then you didn't tell me that was on your like list on the top of your list, but that's good to know.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
So how about we go to Outliers? We had a nice
Okay.
little time on the live stream this week with our boy Wes too.
Right. Yeah, you showed up late.
I showed up on time.
Okay. Agree to disagree.
I showed up when I showed up. It was perfect.
You did. You did show up, and then we stayed late.
Yeah, we did. Honestly, it was just a lot of fun. Wes finally hung up with us, and I look at the clock, and it's like 11:20. Like, wow, that was 2 hours long. That's
We
crazy.
couldn't have let him do that last hour himself.
No,
You know,
no.
poor guy.
I think
He saved us for last.
Yeah, dude, that was
pretty high
cool
honor.
to hear. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
we were headlining. I didn't realize it.
Yep.
I've always wanted to be a headliner. Not really, but we were.
Well,
So.
a closer, right? Oh, I guess
Well,
that's
yeah,
the same, right? That kind of business, I guess. Yeah, that would be the headliner.
Yeah.
Sure.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, that was fun.
No, that was a lot of fun. And I told him I got my two. I wasn't sure which ones to get, to be honest with you. So I just took a look through the 10 different ones, and then it's like, well, I really like the way the art was on these two. I think it was technological advancements, and I believe decentralization were the two. And Wes had actually mentioned that I should grab the decentralization one, and it just so happened that I liked the art on it too. So that one I grabbed. Do you remember which ones you grabbed?
Yeah, I conspiracy, and was it unexplained phenomenon? I think
Okay.
there was like
you
angels.
went right for the two. There you go.
They looked cool. I think they looked cooler, and I mean the topics I'm not against.
Yeah, you went right for the hard hitting ones.
Right.
I
They
can
look
imagine that those two are probably going to be like the most heated voting about.
Yeah,
I would think.
And real quick, so on the stream we had with him, I guess we found out when we minted them or looked at the mints that we were under the impression that they were all going to be the same, but they're all different, which is pretty cool.
So you were under that impression too?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was 10 different NFTs and 100 of each of them. But it's really 10 different kinds of NFTs and 100 different ones of each of them. So that was news to me. I thought they were all going to be the same. So
right.
That's pretty cool.
Right. Yep. And also,
so now, go ahead.
Yeah, Wes is gonna interview Mitch. It sounds like.
Our supporters kind of came out of the woodwork here to try to force us to do that kind of work, and I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, you do. Look, we're
yeah, but okay.
We're very busy. We haven't had a guest all season. We're not ready. It's not. We're not professional. Mitch wears a tie in all his pictures.
It's us,
right? He wears a tie. I don't even know how to put a clip-on on. So,
well, I don't have a T-shirt hanging on my wall behind me, or hat on
a hoodie,
right, on a hanger. Yeah, no, it just wouldn't feel right since we're only ecosystem adjacent. So
Right. And now Wes too, a friend of the Pinecast, obviously, he has a project in open theta and it's interesting, and we're gonna see him, we're gonna put him to work, which is good. And also then Theta Drop advertised his drop in open theta, which was neat. So I mean,
yeah,
if you're talking about who's in the ecosystem, who's not in the ecosystem, I think Wes is in the ecosystem, and I think we're still over here.
we're nowhere to be found. I mean,
Right, right.
but you can still go to God Mode Unlocked and hit them up.
Yeah, hit him up.
Maybe they should do the interview.
January 2001, is the last time they
2021, right?
January 2021 is the last time they had an episode drop. So they're in the
Hot.
ecosystem, and we are not. I'm
They're
not.
so
I'm
hot
not mad
right now.
about it. They're so
No,
hot.
not anymore.
Yeah. You've calmed down a bit too, so that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, whatever at this point. I don't really care. So now I do want to get your opinion on this because it was brought to our attention in our little Pine group that the price in T Fuel of the drop actually changed because of this that you mentioned earlier, the red lights.
The red lights.
I was wondering.
Oh,
yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Is that something? Does that bother you?
that doesn't bother me, because I mean, the ones that I bought, the price I think was still going down from what they planned, because he said they're looking at $70 an NFT, I believe, is how
Right,
he
but the
planned it.
problem is, yeah.
Right. And, that's not a problem on Theta Drop,
Right.
as much as you like to say, hey, Theta Drop, what the heck are you doing? So you wouldn't have that issue on Theta Drop.
Correct.
Right.
On Theta Drop, it would have automatically readjusted the amount of T Fuel to continue selling at $70.
Yeah.
Whereas on Open Theta, it was just sticking with the T Fuel amount.
And with
Yes.
the bananas, on ETH, also maybe why we're not in the ecosystem, but James, Rare Robot, wants to keep the price the same as the Pines. So $200 in ETH,
Right.
or US dollar equivalent on Safe Mint Safe, something.
Safe. Cross Mint.
It's got to be your mint, right? Cross Mint.
It's got to be your mint. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I mean, that's okay. That's okay to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have been like $55 or something.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I
that-
don't really have a problem with it. His goal was to raise a certain amount of dollars that he
Right.
needs to get this project up and running. So, as much as it was selling in T Fuel, it was going to be turned into dollars. Right?
Exactly.
He had already told us that. So it would be cool though, honestly, if Open Theta was able to get this cross mint capable on their site too. I think that would be cool because we both used it with the bananas and I thought it worked great. So
yeah, and the gas fees right now, I used it a couple times tonight on the bananas, and the fees are a bit lower right now. So
oh wow, and guess what? If it was with Theta, the fees would be even lower.
Even lower. Another advantage of Theta. But don't ask me. Ask someone in the ecosystem.
Yeah, we're just adjacent, so that's not us.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Theta Drop, dude, I know that you got involved. There was a huge drop on Friday.
I got involved?
Yeah, right? Didn't you? You must have.
No. Tell me more.
Well, the Pet Collective dropped.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Pet
round
Collective
2.
2, Electric Boogaloo.
Big rewards. So the rewards were basically the same as they were in the first round. T drop from their Mount Everest of T drop that they got in the backyard. I think they actually store it inside of that golden lion. But I'm
Katy Perry
not
fan
sure.
69.
Can't confirm. But yeah, so originally this thing was going off at 2,000 mints at $20 a piece, and I'm looking at, I'm like, what makes you think that's going to happen, right?
Uh-huh.
So they actually dropped it down to 1,000, and as of a couple hours ago, when I took a look, it was at 251 had minted. So I figured you were probably at least like 20 to 30 of those.
Most of those are swampies.
He was my other target. Yeah.
Yeah. Most of those were swampies,
I think he actually did mint a couple of these. He posted some pictures, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hey, on top of this T drop that you can earn if you get the 1 of 1 or the 2 of 2, they also had some nice AI art that they were giving away. Kind of like all the other Theta network that you use the what are those things? The shards for. But
Shards?
yeah, not up my alley either.
Okay.
I just thought it was and then I actually heard that Rob Feldman, he's got a drop coming up. I believe he said it was next week, right? His comic drop.
Yeah, but could I blitz you on Rob real quick? So,
please.
Yeah, so we mentioned last week, much to Buddy Theta's chagrin, that I won a Dr. Shroud action figure collectible, right?
Yeah, rigged.
So I actually got that in the mail. I didn't post a picture yet. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But that, and also too, guess what, bro? I redeemed my packs from.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I redeemed them a bit ago, and I didn't know, and they both arrived on Saturday. Safe and
in the
sound.
same package or in separate packages?
Separate packages. So double shout out to Rob, and I got a bunch of Psycho
double
stickers.
Postage paid.
Yeah, and a bunch of it's signed. He signed the Dr. Shroud.
Oh,
yeah, fancy.
Nice.
So,
are you keeping them in the box?
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, I mean, know.
Yeah, it's a Dr. Shroud. But yeah, the packs, I'm glad I have them. I want to keep some. I want to open some up, and maybe we could give some away or something too.
Ooh.
Maybe we'll make that like Zilla related or something. I don't know. Maybe we'll do something like that. And we will be right back.
This week's episode is brought to you by Dr. Theta's Community Guardian Node. Theta's premier community Guardian Node, where you can stake your Theta if you don't run your own Guardian Node. Best of all, 100% uptime, so you do not miss any rewards, and 0 fees, so you earn 100% of your T-Fuel. Trusted by Theta Labs, you can easily stake directly within your wallet. Simply go to the Staking tab, choose Delegated Guardian Node, and find Dr. Theta's Guardian Node. Quick, simple, reliable, and best of all, safe, as the coins never leave your wallet. Stake with the Doc today. This week's episode is brought to you by GuardiansOfTheta.com, offering 0% one-click Theta Guardian staking with random monthly token giveaways. Guardians also airdropped everyone staking with him an NFT that you're able to stake and earn T-Vibe. 100% uptime, 0 fees, random giveaways, what's not to love? Stop paying 4% and come join the fam with Guardians of Theta.
Papa Max, yeah. Papa Max Podcast. Papa Max Podcast.
So speaking of Zilla, we had a monumental moment this week. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Dude, there's been so many monumental moments this week, I can't even keep track.
Well, there was one that should stick out above all the rest.
Oh, yes. Yesterday.
Wait.
Or was that today? Is it? My win.
No,
my big win.
No.
WWZ.
No.
Magnum took it down.
Yeah. And you know who took the very next one down after your win?
Yeah, I do, but that was like bullshit because they should have just ended it, Because you're only as good as
the entire game.
You're only as good as your last win in WWZ. So
how good is Swampy then?
Yeah, Swampy's never been good. He did get a 4th place finish, and he was just so close to the stage, for the medal count.
Yeah. Did you see? That was MLD Tech that won that one, and he posted that on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
And I replied and said that the best thing about this, the most impressive thing, was that Swampy came in 4th place. Normally he's out first, and Andrea put a like on it.
Really?
Yes. Oh man, total burn. But that was hilarious.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
No, so I was talking about our first time that one of us killed the other, and I came out on top, man. I put you down.
Yeah.
I got first blood, and I know I know you remember.
Never forget. Never forget.
Yeah. So
WWZ is so fun though, man, isn't it?
It is. It is.
And
It is.
it's stupid fun, and it's not. It's stupid fun. You can set it and forget it and check out the results later, right? Or
which is a pain in the neck, honestly, because that's happened to me a couple times.
Yeah, but just go to the end. Or you want to see how
but
you die.
if you don't check, but if you don't check, what do you mean?
Search your name.
Search your name. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I think you could do that.
All right. I didn't try that. I spent like 10 minutes scrolling up.
Oof.
Because if you don't catch it until after another one goes, some of these battles go over 200 rounds, so that's a lot of scrolling.
Yeah, I know. So I was talking to Zilla over the weekend, or chatting with him, or DMing, as the kids do.
Sure.
And he still has a lot more things to go with this WWZ. Like, we're just getting started with WWZ.
I've heard that from a couple different people.
Yeah. And so I just know there's more coming. And when he said there was stuff coming, it came. And then, you know what I mean? They've updated it, already.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, be prepared to be updated more. Question for you, though. So I said something, and I'm sure this is on the radar, whatever. I think I was saying, like, there should be a scoreboard or medal count. Like, they do in the newspaper, or, they don't do newspapers.
Yeah.
They do online. Some people do newspapers, but remember, like, back in the day, like the Olympics, and then you get the newspaper, you check out the medal count, right?
Yeah.
What country, whatever. Do you think the medals should be tracked by owner of the Zilla or the actual Zilla themselves?
Both.
Okay. Because I think there is a distinction between, just a Zilla that's like amazing, and I don't know, like, it's not, you pick the Zilla, like I pick 51 all the time, and the highest I can get is like second place, because he's got no HP.
He's very cool.
But
he's super cool.
He's super cool. Those atomic fire breaths are.
Yes.
I mean, we've said it like 5 times already today, but it's so hot right now,
Yeah, literally.
But the styles are so cool though too, and it's funny. I'll save pictures that are like GIFs, because the atomic fire breath is like a process, so it saves like as a GIF.
Yeah.
And some of the ones I don't save, but it might not have good stats, but it looks amazing, So I'll save that. So
that's funny, because you do continuously go back to that one. I noticed.
And the one time I won was not using 51.
Was that just a random one at that point?
No, I was looking at my extensive collection. Okay. And this is we're boring the shit out of people, other than the people that play WWZ,
which is a lot of people.
It is, get wrecked. But I took a female Zilla that had a halo and a sword and a nice blue chest, and just calm your. It's just that's the attribute. I'm not comment whatever. But so anyways, because I thought it'd be cool if a Zilla won and there's a halo on it. And sometimes, though, folks who don't know about WWZ, it doesn't if it has like a hat or hair, a lot of times it won't come out, because they'll have some other like attribute that's added to it,
swapped out.
So I was making sure I hit a halo, and I only hit 2, and that was the last one. And I had the body armor, which I guess is good.
Roll 5, dangerous.
Yeah. So just straight balling that girl, taking it down. So yeah, that's good. So I guess I wanted to share my news with everyone. Humbly.
Yeah. No, so that transitions us into the hackathon.
Hey,
And
where did they get the term hackathon from? I have a few ideas.
I would think hack is a big part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not. Other than
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Hack.
yeah,
Like hack job.
yeah, there was
Yeah.
definitely some hack jobs going on. The one thing that I will say is that I'm glad that at least most of these winners were within the Theta ecosystem,
Mm-hmm.
right? They weren't all just complete randos.
Sure.
And starting at the top, I mean, Fuel Foundry with Chainsmith, I think that was the right one to win the whole thing, honestly. Like, the one thing about Theta is it seems like they come up with this incredible technology, they get patents on it, and then they just kind of hope that someone from the community will take it and make it work for other people. So it's almost like what Slick and Use, and I think they added a guy Ben, I think Slick was talking about. But what they do is, to me, almost as important as what Theta's doing, because now they're taking it and they're making it useful for people that can actually use this stuff. So I think it was awesome that they won, but
Yeah.
it also makes me think, like, what why not just like contract this stuff out? Like, why does this have to be through a hackathon, right? I mean, if you need help taking it from what you're doing to being able to be used by the retail environment, why not just like contract this stuff out? Because this hackathon business, man, I think they should just quit. I think it's a waste for the most part.
Okay.
No?
Probably. Yeah, I guess so. It's funny when, it came out and they were like, "Oh, there's only 7 people in it." And it's like, "Oh, those are great odds." And then it wound up
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
be, an insane amount of projects that both
Yeah, a
real and
ton of them.
fake that
A ton
popped
of
on there.
yes,
So,
exactly. We spoke praises of the staking at Theta Rarity
mhm.
for
Yeah,
the
it's freaking
dragons.
great.
I mean, I think it's a great feature, but personally, I don't understand how that was second place. That's just my opinion. I don't know. It's just an updated staking feature. I think it's awesome, but I'm glad I'm not a judge on this stuff, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So there was 4 different categories, right? There was video, metachain, NFT, Theta Pass, and metaverse gaming. And the way the prizes went were first place overall, second place overall, and then winners of those 4 categories, and then honorable mentions.
Mhm.
So the video winner was called Theta Charity. And I didn't really dig too much into it,
I think it had 2
but
likes.
maybe. But dude, you scroll down to the bottom and there's a YouTube video link that's attached.
Mhm.
Wouldn't you think that this was something that was made within the course of the last 2 months when the hackathon was eligible? Like, wouldn't that make sense?
Sure.
The thing was 2 years old, the
Wow.
video, like, of how to do this. And, when you start throwing charity in, it's just like, man, that's like, to me, that's a red flag. You get all these like NFT drops. It's like, oh, the proceeds are going to charity and it's not. It's like, stop. like, it's very easy for me to log on to a website and donate to the charity that I want to donate to.
Yeah,
No.
I donated to the American Heart Association a couple weeks ago, so it was super easy.
Very easy. So I don't need people doing NFTs to raise money for charity. Like, because then once you do that, it's like, okay, can I really prove that this is going to the charity when I go on their website and click send and I know for a fact that it's going to their charity? So that
Right.
was a red flag for me. I don't know, but I mean, I don't really know too much about any of these, but I did look into the gaming one,
Okay.
right? And you know, I don't know. I don't fully understand what are the rules of this thing, right? Is it you only get 2 months? You have to do it within 2 months because, you know, the
Or
game, like Fuse Wars, like how can you possibly top Fuse Wars as far as a metaverse gaming? It just doesn't make sense to me.
agree.
But Clan Wars got the win. Okay, you know, I don't know, but a cult of the a cult of the oculi got honorable mention. Ever heard of it?
No.
Me either.
I heard about Clan Wars. I didn't hear about that one.
I did hear about Clan Wars too, and Fuse Wars got an honorable mention, and Theta Play, which is Rob's
Say his last
games.
name.
Is it Patcos or Pic? I don't know. I think it's Patcos, but
I would just say Austin.
thanks. Austin, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know, like, where's WWZ on this? Honestly, like, it's the game right now.
Well-
out of all of these, it's the game that's getting played the most and is the most fun. Sorry, I don't have access to Fuse Wars. A lot of people don't.
Right.
It takes about 100 T fuel to have access to WWZ.
Okay, but not even that. Not even that. Like, go back to being worked on in this or developed in this hackathon period.
Right. This
This
thing was completely developed within that time frame.
right. So I mean, you can say that to Fuse Wars. Okay, well then
Right.
why did WWZ get jobbed? Right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Fuse Wars certainly has not been developed fully within this time frame. There's certainly been developments during this time frame. There's no
Yep.
doubt about that. But yeah. So it just, one of the things, like, they were getting criticized big time over the choices that were made as far as winners. And dude, one of them was, do you remember last week we talked about some of these that were just like copy paste from different
Sure.
whoever this guy is, Starfall Galaxy. You can't tell who they are, but then one guy mentioned, oh yeah, like you're playing Starfall Galaxy, whatever. Dude, Starfall Galaxy won in February 2023 a Web3 hackathon. And they have an ERC20 native token and an ETH wallet for donations. And they're here whining about not winning the Theta hackathon and saying that Fuse Wars is the same exact thing as it was a year ago when there's no demo out for it. Like,
That's
dude,
bullshit.
Yeah, get out of here. Like, honestly, like, this is the kind of stuff that is complete nonsense. And it's just like, what's the point of it? Like, why even bother with the hackathon? And West One had a few replies on the Discord, and one of them was, here, we are being criticized on all sides by every project that wasn't selected, by some that were selected but feel they should be higher. So I got a question for you. If you go to a buffet and you say that you ate everything at the buffet, would that mean, what would that mean to you?
That you liked everything?
You would try every single thing, right? Every single thing that's available, you tried. So now, do you think, honestly, that every project that wasn't selected was criticizing them?
No. Oh no, that's
absolutely
impossible.
not.
No.
Absolutely not. You're right.
No.
So I mean, it's just that, you are the perfect one to give this this schooling on this. You can't. Let's not talk in absolutes. It's one of your famous lines that I'll never forget.
Yeah. Oh, and also like, everyone knows, like salad's good, but you not always want salad, but you always want the chocolate pudding at the salad bar. That's a fact.
Yeah, exactly. So now let's go back to WWZ.
Yep.
What do you think is the best judge of, like, how a project is doing? Like, what platform do you think you would see a lot of activity on
For
from
WWZ?
the community? Yeah, no, just from any, like, NFT or crypto project? Like what platform are you going to like feel what the community's like?
Twitter and Discord.
Twitter,
Yeah.
100%. Now, let's think back over the last couple months. This thing started with the Good Morning Zillas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, how many Good Morning Zillas have we seen all over Twitter in the last couple months?
Well, and stop your correct. And then also I don't know if you saw, I had a ladies' night tweet out the other day.
Yes, I did.
To celebrate
Yes.
ladies' night, which
Yep.
is a fun thing, and should be
Yeah,
celebrated.
for sure, 100%. But the point is, we've seen tons of activity all over Twitter about not only WWZ, which is like a meme fest right now,
Right.
and is all over Twitter, but even before that, the first iterations of this project where they were just a basic good morning, getting a cup of coffee.
Yep.
And it's really taken off since that. Like now, obviously they weren't the first ones to do Good Morning Coffee,
No.
but it's really blown up since they've started doing it.
Yeah.
So now
it's all over the place. And
yeah,
I mean, well, too, just real quick, and I don't know if you know, but like, so you have Theta, right? Wasn't like the first NFT on Theta Drop like the ThetaZilla?
yes.
Like that's like
well,
no,
yeah,
not like
I think
ThetaZilla Club, but it's like they're like Theta is Godzilla, whatever. So you got
yeah, I think
ThetaZilla
it was
Club.
actually World Poker Tour, but yes.
Okay, so
that one was shortly
ThetaZilla
after.
Club though, yeah, whatever. But you know what I'm saying, right? So like
Yes.
that's like Theta's.
That's the
thing.
first Theta drop.
And then you have right. So now you have a guy like ThetaZilla Club who loves Theta and incorporate that into his project. Like, and that is we've said it before. It's my favorite Discord. And that's before WWZ.
Yeah.
The information
now it's not even close. Yeah.
Right. So before, the information that you can get, like basically like a lot of the stuff in the Theta ecosystem, you don't even need to go on Twitter. You can just go on ThetaZilla Club Discord, and it will give you all the news. On Open Theta ecosystem, like it's funny, like we're adjacent, but we come up every time Papa Mags tweets out. It goes out into the Theta ecosystem.
So that's why you like it, yeah.
Well, but there's other news too, and there's other news I miss because sometimes we're memeing so hard we don't even see everything. And it's nice to I go back and I check that. So that's like before all that, and it's a fun community, and a lot of people have hopped on the WWZ train, as it were.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if it's because they think it's too silly, because it's silly, but it's fun. It's community. I guess I don't know. I think there's a lot of reward and bad behavior.
Yeah.
From this hackathon, and it's you can't, and two, it's also too though, to play devil's advocate, like the projects I want to win, I want them to win. Yes, I'm invested in them. Sure. I also like them, but like I have a bias, so like you know what I mean. Like I'm not the authority on what should win. No, but I think like what are you looking at? But I don't think you could. If you use the logic that Fuse Wars didn't win because of the past 2-month hackathon period, then what the fuck were you looking at for ThetaZilla Club in WWZ, right?
Right.
So
yeah, and so now here's the words right out of Wes's mouth.
Wes 1.
Wes 1, yes. Our criteria made clear that impact it will have on the Theta ecosystem and adoption is a big factor. So now tell me what project in the last 2 months has had a bigger impact on social media than WWZ? I don't think there is one. Maybe Fuse Wars.
In Fuse Wars, we had, I guess during that span, right, we had that burn period, right?
Yes.
And that's basically been the most excitement when we're getting, teasers for the game, right? Much anticipated.
Right, exactly. Much anticipated.
But so like, okay, impact also too. You want impact? Go on Theta Rarity or go on Open Theta, and you look for recent sales. They'll list NFT projects, Theta NFT projects. So like you'll see it, I think, automatically when you go to explore on Open Theta. Yep. But if you go to Theta Rarity, it will. I think there's a default display where it will show like most recent sales. And guess what? The Pixzillas have been absolute fire lately, but that's not measurable, apparently, because
Yeah.
2 sites are saying that this project that, by the way, is minted out over a year ago, is having the most sales.
Right.
Because everyone wants to get Pixzillas for WWZ.
Right.
So that's not an impact. The stuff on Twitter is not an impact. The memes aren't an impact. I don't know. I don't, maybe.
There was definitely impact.
No, I know. I was joking.
No, I'm just saying that impact was that WWZ got wrecked, and so did everybody that plays it.
Thing.
Yeah, everybody's getting wrecked, and it's hilarious and it's awesome.
Right.
But it's ridiculous, in my opinion, because now, here, how about this one? I had 3 quotes from West One.
Okay.
And here comes the third. And this one makes me cringe. You have multiple people trying to judge 150 plus projects in days. There's inevitably going to be some misses. Okay, then why is it being done in days? Let's do this properly if we're going to do it at all. What a stupid thing to say.
Can I call
you put all this work into it, but I'm sorry, we have to get this judged in 2 days. So we weren't able to try this out. We weren't able to give it any attention. You lose.
No, not only.
Goodbye.
Okay, Popper, agree. Not only that, though, right? I think the one project that you mentioned had 2 likes, had 2 votes or whatever, right?
Well, we all know that the votes are meaningless.
No, but those should be a category to say, hey, we need to look at these projects. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And WWZ had a lot of votes.
Yes, they did.
So
yes, they did.
So what are you saying? I call shenanigans. So
agreed. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And they're the last ones that are going to say anything. So to say that everyone's complaining about it, listen, Starfall Galaxy complain about it all they want. They don't deserve anything. Like go put it into something else. Like you're not Theta, you're not hanging around. You just joined the Discord. You don't know anybody in the community. Go somewhere else. Like those are the kind of projects that need to be shut out.
Yeah.
But when you got somebody like part of the ecosystem, even literally,
Oh yeah, and dude, too. I'm not even. And here's the other thing too. Some of these projects, and you find their Twitters. If they're not like I'm nobody. You're nobody. You're more of a somebody than me. But like, if both of us go on their thing and they're not following anyone we're following, get the fuck out of here. Like,
right? Exactly.
Are you kidding me? There's a lot of that. I don't know if you noticed that too.
Yes.
So
at least following some same people, because it's like, we're following the main people that are associated with this. So if we got nothing in common, then that's a red flag. I hope that's the last hackathon that they do, because at least the one last year was also a hackathon, and this one certainly was too.
Well,
I mean, it was a little bit better in my opinion. I didn't really dig into the video meta chain and the NFTs Theta Pass one, because I don't know what other good ones were available. There's a lot of projects to go through, and listen, I didn't have to judge them. I was just looking through and finding the ones that I know are within the community, and that just that stuck out like a sore thumb that WWZ was left off, and it's a shame.
I mean, it's pretty much not debatable for at least his generation. Leonardo DiCaprio is like the best actor in the world, and it took him getting mauled by a bear to win an Oscar. So he didn't get it. Probably when he should, and maybe he shouldn't got for that, but he got it. But
well, at this point, we've all been mauled by Zillas. So.
No one's gone unscathed. If you don't
Absolutely.
go to WWZ is the best place to get absolutely wrecked, son. So I do it a few times a day. So
it's a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to what they have in store going forward, because they've said it's more than just a hackathon entry. I think that I don't know that this really was for the hackathon. You got projects that are out there that are literally just built for a hackathon. And those tend to be the garbage ones. But then you got projects that are, come to life during this period, and I don't know exactly what they have in mind, but like I said last week, part of this thing was like minting these characters, and we both agreed like these characters are top quality. Like
Yeah.
they look awesome. A lot of
It's
them are so cool.
It's fun. They're fun and they're silly as hell. So in this world, in this market, it's good to keep your keep entertained. With a community
Absolutely.
that's also has similar issues of getting wrecked financially with the market. So it's a good place to get wrecked.
Yeah, and I think 33, I believe, is the most in one game so far.
It's close. I know it hit the 30s. I was shocked. So that was very cool.
Yeah, so I think that's probably more than we'll ever play a Cult of the Oculi, like lifetime. But no, they deserve it.
Definitely.
Because of their impact on the Theta ecosystem. But whatever. Do you have anything else, man? I'm a little heated over here.
I have two things. One thing's is like, hey, maybe we'll get some more information, whatever. But we haven't talked about ThetaCon 2023 recently,
You're right.
And I'm excited. I'm as I'm sure you are excited. For that.
I'm booked, fully booked.
And did you get your plane ticket?
Yep.
Oh, cool. I got to get on that. So yeah, if there's any updates or whatever, I think they said ThetaCon 23 with 23% more women, I think.
so that would be like a quarter more, like 1.25 women.
So there's that, and then we didn't mention. This is, and I'm wrapping it up, folks. I'm sorry, we're taking up all your time, but this seems to happen that do you get the impression that Theta or Theta Job, it's like they know we drop on Tuesday, so they know if something happens Monday, we're not going to be able to report on it. And there's been a steady stream of stuff happening on Sunday or Monday. I think usually Monday the past few weeks. That makes us look like idiots, I think, apart from us being idiots.
Yeah, we don't need help on that.
Right. So, like, for example, Medican, I was like, hey, we should say more. We said a bit, but it's expiring. It's up Tuesday. So you probably aren't going to be able to watch anymore after you hear this episode, right? And then we recorded that on a Sunday. Monday was a holiday then. And then we heard from Little Birdie that, hey, they're getting extended a week. And then actually, that's what Medican or somebody tweeted, that they're extending Medican a whole week. So it's like, oh, great. We can't say anything about that else because the episode's already done. And then, by the time next week comes, well, then it's going to come out the Tuesday afterwards, right? So we can't say anything about it. So these are, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then also, I believe last Monday, correct me if I'm wrong, Buddy's on it. Gideon was announced as the, what was it, like community liaison? Community, you know what I mean? So
yeah, community relations, right?
Relations, right. So once
was
again,
that Monday?
Like, I feel like we already recorded before.
We'll know on Tuesday.
I mean, even if it was yeah. So like, there's nothing we could. I think it was announced, and I might have been edited. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, so I think.
Yeah.
I think they're messing with us.
Well, dude, I'll tell you what. Like, this is the smartest thing they're doing if they're doing it intentionally.
Well, we don't need any help though. But I guess it's just like meta, right?
I mean, if this is a troll job, it's awesome.
It kind of rooting for it, right?
Yeah. I don't believe it is, but yeah.
But have you picked up that impression on some other things too? That it's like
there's been a few weeks in a row where you're like, man, yeah, Monday, and we can't even talk about it. Yeah, for sure, it's happened.
Wichita too. I'm surprised. I guess I don't know if you're surprised. It seemed like that would have made sense. And not saying it would have won, but I'm surprised that the Secret Pineapple Society metaverse wasn't entered for the hackathon.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I mean, wasn't there a metaverse and games category?
yeah, there was. Yeah, and it's it
And
uses
even
the Theta
your boy
Pass,
Mitch tweeted about the token gated access.
Yeah.
So that's weird.
Yeah, I don't know if it would have been able to beat a Cult of the Oculi though.
True. Yep, agreed. I'm just I'm here in my chair moving my pieces, saying what I should have done.
Yeah.
So I think that's all I got then.
All right, man. Well, I hope everybody has a great week, and yeah, we'll see you on the boards.
And you'll probably hear something before this comes out, and it's like, why didn't they talk about it? But now you're gonna know why we didn't talk about it, because we didn't know about it. So
yesterday's news.
Yep.
Reported next week.
Thank you, and have a good night.
Later.
You have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast. Music provided by Sushi Cat. Like what you hear? Send that cat a very nicely worded compliment on Twitter at JustAddSpam. Pops and Mags is a Scumbag Hat production in association with Kyle's Hot Tub.